and the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils. Final league game of the year for both teams. Grosse Pointe South, second in the Eastern Michigan League, 5-1 in the league, 5-2 overall. As you see the Shamrocks take the field. It's been a tough year for East Detroit. The Shamrocks stand 2-4 in the league, 2-5 overall. They have victories over Anchor Bay and Roseville to their credits. In fact, they are coming off a victory over Roseville last Saturday in Roseville's homecoming game. So the Shamrocks do have a little bit of momentum for them, and of course this is the homecoming football game, and teams always pumped up for homecoming, although it hasn't been a real good year for homecomings on the game of the week. Last week, a couple of homecoming games. Centerline got beat 42-0 by Clawson, a game you saw on TV3, and last Sunday, Centerline St. Clement in their homecoming game lost a chance to go to the Prep Bowl, getting beat by Redford St. Agatha's 35-6. The Shamrocks' task today, not much easier than those other two teams. They are facing, as we said, a team that is 5-1 in the Eastern Michigan League and in second place. They no longer have a chance for a tie for the title. Last night, Port Huron Northern finished their EML season undefeated, defeating L'Anse Creuse North. That gave the Huskies a 7-0 league record and wrapped up outright possession of first place in the Eastern Michigan League. This is, as we mentioned, our final football this year for Game of the Week, and maybe I'm just getting old, but I can remember when homecoming games and the World Series both, would be played in warm weather, and not the case these days, it seems. The World Series, in fact, the World Series is over even, and we're playing homecoming here on the 8th week of the regular season. So it's a cool one out here this Saturday afternoon at East Detroit. Overcast. We've had some rain throughout the night, a little bit this morning, but the field looks in decent shape. And we will see what transpires this afternoon. Grosse Pointe South will be kicking off to open this ball game. The Shamrocks on the receiving end. Kicking off for the Devils, number 22, Kyle Shoemaker. Three men back for the Shamrocks. In the middle is number 34, Steve Sandals. To his right, John Belcher, number 28. Darren Lametta at the bottom of the screen. Low liner, and it's going to be fielded by Belcher. Lost it. Now Sandals picks it up, and he will go down right on the spot. Shamrocks will have to start from their own 15-yard line. That's where the Shamrocks will start. Let's set their offense. Their quarterback, number 16, Jerry Ripley, a junior. Tailback, number 22, Jim Seeger. The fullback is 32, Rick Zaransky. Slotback, number 35, Dave Montgomery. The split end is number 85, Jay Koss. The tight end, number 83, David Nims. Center, number 65, Jason Vanvis. The guards are 64, Greg Thornton, and 67, Jay Saud. The tackles, number 78, Jeremy Audette, and number 52, Tim Glover. Koss is split wide to the left on first down, first play from scrimmage. Ripley, with a full house backfield, gives it to the first man through. That's Montgomery, and he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Check, it was Zaransky on the carry. Wilson was in there, number 75, at the bottom of the pile. No gain, in fact, lost about a foot, and it'll bring up second down and 10. Number 86, Chris Burrows, into the Shamrock lineup with the play. Shamrocks shuttle their splits, and Sandals, number 34, also in. So you have Burrows split wide right, Sandals wide left on second down. Ripley play fake, looks this way to Burrows, has him for a Shamrock first down up across the 30-yard line. $14-yard pickup out to the 29-yard line. Ripley to Burrows, and the Shamrocks have the initial first down of the ball game. Vanvis, the center, leading the Shams out of the huddle. On first down, it's a pitch to the deep back. That's Montgomery, and Montgomery will be wrestled down after a gain of about 4. Brought down by Rob Crane of the Devils, number 60. Pickup of 4 for Montgomery, 2nd down and 6 for the Shams. Take a look at that Blue Devil defense. Devils a definite size advantage over the Shamrocks down on the lines, down in the trenches. First man through, and he's popped right there. Maybe a yard for Zaransky. Harding, Crane on the stop. Zaransky got a yard and brings up 3rd down and 4 at the 35. Initial possession of the ball game. 3rd down and 4 from the Shams from their own 35-yard line. Ripley back, pass batted down by Dale Wilson, number 75, falls incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down, and the Shams will have to punt it away. So the Shams, after picking up 1 first down, will now have to give it away on 3rd and 4 from their own 35-yard line. And it's Don Niemans into punt. Deep for the Blue Devils is number 40, Jim West. Niemans kick a line drive that sends West back to his own 29, now reverses back to the 25, up across the 30, 35, 40. West with a hole up the middle, and look out, down the sideline, 1 man to beat, and he will be run out of bounds by Jason Vanvis, number 65, the Shamrock center. West with a 40-yard return of the punt all the way down to the Shamrock 24-yard line, and that is where Grosse Pointe South will start. 1st and 10. Blue Devil offense, quarterback number 10 is Brian Letcher. The tailback is Jim West, number 40, who just had that run back. Fullback 25, Steve Rice. The wingback 33, Matt Wysocki. Give is to Rice, who pounds it down close to the 20-yard line, a gain of 4. Birmingham on the stop. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. The rest of that Blue Devil offense, number 41, Rob Conley, is the split end. The tight end is number 34, Lance Harding. Up front, Dominic Corrado, number 57, the center. The guards are John Bednarczyk and Andy Cox. And the tackles, Andy Schaefer and Dave Asker. On 2nd down, pass through the hands of West. Burrows was there to make the stick and break it up, and it brings up 3rd down and 6. Shamrock defensive unit, number 33, Joe Lembo, the nose guard. The tackles are number 30, Brian Farr, number 60, Aaron Hamden. The ends, Ed Kissel, number 45, and number 77, Ron Balderson. On 3rd down, play fake. Letcher in trouble, gets away, swings it out here, complete for a 1st down to Lance Harding, the tight end. Burrows and Birmingham on the stop, but it's a 1st down goal for the Devils down on the 4-yard line. Pickup of 16. Letcher did a good job to get away from the rush. The rest of that Shamrock defensive linebackers are Billy Schultz and Don Niemans. The corners, Chris Burrows and Darren Lametta. And the safeties, Brian Birmingham and Steve Sandals. West on 1st down gets the call. Down there, Lembo and Niemans on the stop. Gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal from the 2. Jim West's 40-yard punt return, setting up this Blue Devil drive. Rice this time, and late call, but he's in for the touchdown. Late call from the linesman, but West did indeed break the plane. 2-yard touchdown run. Devils on their first possession of the game, a quick 24-yard scoring drive, and they go on top with 7:10 to play here in the first quarter. Grosse Pointe South 6, East Detroit nothing. Jason Weissert in to attempt the point out of Chris Stebbins' hold, and the kick is good. So 7:10 remaining in the first quarter. It is Grosse Pointe South on top quickly. The Devils leading at 7-0. Took the Devils just 5 plays to cover the 24 yards after West set them up in great field position after that 40-yard punt return. Big play in the drive, a 3rd down pass, Letcher connecting with his tight end Harding for 16 yards that set up the 1st and goal on the 4. And it took South just a couple plays before Rice then pounded it home from there. Showmaker's kick fielded at the 12. Shamrocks run into each other on the reverse, and it's Lametta with the football with nowhere to go. Shams got it across the 20 this time, and so they'll start from the 21, but on both kickoffs, Shams have not had much success on their returns. That time a little bit of a mix-up by the Shams trying to run the reverse, and it will mean they will start again 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Koss is wide to the near side. On 1st down, Ripley play fake, throws for Koss, has him over the middle for another Shamrock 1st down. Dave Lupo, number 85, the first one there for the Devils. Stebbins also on the stop. Gain out to the 37, a 16-yard pickup as Ripley has now hit 2 of his first 3 passes. He got Burrows for 14 in the first possession for the Shams and now hits Koss for 16. Whistle, a little bit of debris on the field from the homecoming crowd here. Burrows now in the game, wide left for the Shamrocks. And Jerry Kale wide to the top of the screen as we have a flag thrown, and it'll be encroachment on the Blue Devils. Game's first penalty will set the Shams up at 1st and 5 at their own 42-yard line. Kale wide to the top of the screen, Burrows wide to the bottom. Full house back of Ripley. Give it to the deep back, that's Montgomery with some room, and Montgomery is very close to the 1st down. He'll be shy by about a yard, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 1 for, well, now they're going to measure, in fact. It appears that Montgomery a good foot short, but they're going to bring the chains across anyhow. Montgomery going over the left side of that Shamrock line. And he got the 1st down. Well, shows how good my eyes are. I didn't even think there was a need to measure. I thought he was a good foot or 2 feet short, but it's a Shamrock 1st down. Their 3rd of the ball game as they get the football out to their own 47-yard line now. 5:20 to play first quarter. Grosse Pointe South on top, 7-0. Kale and Koss, the wideouts. Ripley rolls right, in trouble and brought down. Sacked by Crane, number 60. Back inside the 40, a loss of 8 on the play, back to the 39. Well, they'll mark it right at the 40, a loss of 7. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 17. Rob Crane with the sack for the Devils. Burrows checking in with the play for East Detroit. Again, Kale goes wide to the top. Burrows wide left. On 2nd and 17, Ripley gives it off to Montgomery, who is stopped right there by Tom Smith. Montgomery got a yard back to the 42. It'll brings up 3rd down and 16 for the Shamrocks. Looking to cross into Blue Devil territory for the first time in this ball game. Koss and Burrows, the wideouts. On 3rd down, quick toss to Burrows, and it's broken up by Marty Wayman, number 6 for the Devils, and it brings up 4th and 16, and the Shamrocks, for the 2nd time today, will have to kick the football away into a stiff breeze. Really more of a crosswind here today, but crosswind into Neiman's face a little bit, and he hits a low liner again. West picks it up at the 30, and West won't get back as much as he did the first time. Still a good return of 7 yards for Jim West before he is brought down by Jay Saud and Aaron Hamden. And the Blue Devils will start at their own 36-yard line, their 2nd possession of the ball game. First time, it didn't take them long, just 5 plays to go 24 yards as they were set up in great field position. Letcher back to throw on 1st down, looking over the middle. This one's going to be picked off. Steve Sandals with the interception. Pass intended for Rob Conley, but Sandals was covering him like a blanket, and the Shamrocks take it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Three Shamrocks around the ball with covering Conley. Sandals right there, an easy interception for Steve. Gives the Shamrocks a football back, 1st and 10 at their own 42. 3:05 to play in the 1st quarter. On 1st down, Ripley will give to the deep back Montgomery again. Flag down in the area of holding. Montgomery picked up a yard, but we'll have to wait and see what the flag is. Preliminary indication against East Detroit. Magnotta and Smith were down there on the stop. You see the referee discussing it with Lance Harding. It's going to go against East Detroit, and it will be a holding call that'll push the Shamrocks back 10 and make it 1st down and 20. Holding in the middle of that Shamrock line. 1st and 20 now for East Detroit from their own 33. On their last possession, it was a sack of Ripley that put the Shams in a hole. Now they pick up a holding penalty, as again they got close to the midfield mark but haven't been able to penetrate it yet. Ripley back on 1st down, in trouble again, and down he goes. Roman Magnotta, number 76, there on the sack of Ripley. 2nd Devil sack of the day, and it will bring up 2nd down and long. A loss of 4 on the sack. It's 2nd down now and 24.
2nd down and 26 yards on 1st down.
You see the Grosse Pointe South size advantage already showing, pushing the Shamrock offensive line around. They are big up front, are the Devils. On 2nd and long, Ripley rolls right. Looks down the sideline, nobody there. Overthrew Montgomery. Closest person to the ball was Kyle Showmaker of the Devils, and it brings up 3rd and long. So Ripley, after hitting on 2 of his first 3 passes, now has been sacked twice and thrown a couple of interceptions on the last 4 pass plays the Shamrocks have called. Chris Burrows checking in with a play for the Shams, number 86. Jason Vanvis leading East Detroit out of the huddle. 3rd down long. 3rd and 24. Ripley rolls this way, comes up intercepted. Dane Lupo read it beautifully, stepped in front of Burrows, and Grosse Pointe South gets it back on a turnover inside the East Detroit 40. Perfect read by Lupo, stepping up in front of Burrows to take it away, and the Devils, with 1:34 to play in the quarter, already on top 7-0, have the ball inside East Detroit territory again in a big hole up the middle for Rice. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Gain of 6, 2nd down in a short 4. On 2nd down, Lecture gives this one to Derman Coates. Coates gets outside and is finally shoved out of bounds by Brian Birmingham, but not before he has another Blue Devil 1st down. Down to the 22-yard line. Call it the 23, an 11-yard pickup for Coates. And we have a timeout called by the Shamrocks. 1:04 to play 1st quarter. It is Grosse Pointe South 7, East Detroit nothing, and the Blue Devils are on the drive again. Coach Dennis Casanovas out to talk with his Shamrocks, head coach of the East Detroit. John Rice, the head coach for the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils. Reminder to stay with TV3 for the rest of the evening. After this one, we have Sports Scene 3 for you. Highlights, interviews from around the East Detroit and Centerline area, and of course another edition of the Fearful Forecast. That's coming up on Sports Scene 3 after today's ball game. As we've mentioned also, this is our final football telecast of the year. Still a lot of girls basketball action left on TV3, and of course 1 week left in the high school football season, and of course Sports Scene 3 will also have all the results of that for you. West stacked up right there. Hamden got him by the ankles, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Gain of 2, which 2nd down and 8. Take a look at that Grosse Pointe South line in the huddle. On 2nd down, mix up in the backfield, and I think the Shamrocks have it. Oh no, the Devil, Lecture got in there. Lecture able to recover it himself after a loss of 5 somehow. It looked like it was all Shamrocks there, but Lecture dove in and got it back for South. It'll bring up 3rd down and 13. And Grosse Pointe South will now call timeout with 9 seconds left in the 1st quarter. While they still have the wind with them, the Devils want one more play. This is obviously a passing down, and the Devils want to be going with the wind for this play. We mentioned the Grosse Pointe South size along the front. Their center, Corrado, goes 255. Both the tackles are over 225. Schaefer and Asker, both guards up around the 200 mark. Just a huge offensive front that Grosse Pointe South has, outweighing the Shamrocks' defensive front man for man. Grosse Pointe South on top early, 7-0. A 2-yard touchdown run by West with 7:10 remaining in the quarter gave the Devils the lead. Then the teams exchanged turnovers as you look at the East Detroit cheerleaders all bundled up on this sort of frigid autumn afternoon. After the exchange of interceptions, that's where we stand now. South on 3rd and 13. Lecture back, swings it out to the sideline and underthrows the man intended for Wysocki, and it'll bring up 4th down with 5 seconds still left in the first quarter. And we will see a long field goal attempt by the Devils. With the wind, Jason Weissert will set the tee down at the 33-yard line, so it will be a 43-yard attempt by Weissert out of Stebbins' hold. Kick is on the way, but going to be short. And that will end the first quarter of play. So East Detroit dodges the bullet after the turnover there at the end of 1 quarter of play. It is Grosse Pointe South 7 and East Detroit nothing. Remind you to stay with us at halftime of today's ball game, as we will have all the festivities and tradition of halftime for you. The East Detroit Marching Band and the naming of the float contest winners, and also the Homecoming King and Queen announcements. That's all coming up at halftime, so you'll want to keep it here on TV3. Shamrocks will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20 to begin the second quarter. Van Vis leading them out of the huddle. Kale goes wide left and Koss wide to the right. Ripley draw to Zaransky. And out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. 6-yard pickup for Zaransky. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Shamrocks. Crew here tonight, or to this afternoon for TV3, and during this weather, well, we've got a whole bunch of people today. We've got Mark Dixon, Colleen Van Danabel, Lori Catoni, John Goebel, Gene Barrett, and Kathy Keenan, all with us here today. On 2nd down, Ripley drops back. Bullet to Burrows is caught, and Burrows dropped up at the 34-yard line. Pickup of 8. Burrows slow getting up. 2nd reception for Burrows today. And now up and trotting off the field as Koss checks in to replace him. 1st down at the Shamrock 34-yard line. Ripley now 3 of 7 for 38 yards and 1 interception. First and 10, Shamrocks up at their own 34-yard line. Deep back, and that a slow developing play, and the Shams do well to get back to the line of scrimmage, where it will be 2nd down and 10. It was Jim Seeger with his first carry of the night. Got about a foot, and that was it. Nose of the football at the 35. 2nd down and a long 9 for the Shams. On 2nd down, Ripley options, keeps it up the middle, and is up near a 1st down. Ripley just cut it right up. And he will be very close to a Shamrock 1st down. And now Ripley is slow getting up, and in fact they will call for the coaches to come out to take a look at Jerry Ripley, the Shamrock junior quarterback. Just shy of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd and short, but right now the Shamrocks concerned about their junior quarterback, Jerry Ripley, number 16. Made a nice read on the option. Cut it up. In fact, they're going to measure for the first down. And they are indeed just shy. Shams will have to play, though, this crucial 3rd down play without Ripley in there at quarterback now. Once, and possibly longer than that. We hope it's nothing serious, but for at least one play, Ripley will have to come out of the ball game. And we will probably see Chris Burrows, number 86, take over at quarterback for East Detroit. Burrows has relieved Ripley a couple times during the season. In fact, even got a start at quarterback earlier in the season in a game of the week against Mount Clemens. Ripley up and walking off under his own power is a good sign, and indeed it is Burrows, number 86, who checks in as the Shamrock quarterback on this 3rd and short play. You see Ripley leaving the field. 3rd and less than a yard. Burrows, the quarterback, now 86, will have to watch the exchange. A new quarterback, and Burrows just takes it straight ahead for the first down across the 45. Burrows for a yard, and that's enough for the first down as the Shams now have it 1st and 10, ball just outside their own 45, still looking to get into Blue Devil territory for the first time today. Steve Sandals checking in from the sidelines with a play. They're still looking at Ripley over on the East Detroit sideline. Ripley with his helmet off and on the bench right now. On first down, Burrows will roll this way, fake the pitch, keep it himself, and be ridden down, but not before he gets down inside Blue Devil territory to the 46. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down. 9-yard pickup for Burrows. Brings up 2nd and 1 from the south 46-yard line. Jerry Kale, number 48, in with the play from the Shamrock sidelines. East Detroit trying to get a drive together here. They trail at 7-0, 8.5 to go first half. Burrows flips it this time, and with room is Jim Seeger inside the 40. Down to the 38-yard line. Seeger with a 7-yard gain. Shamrock first down at the Blue Devil 38. So Burrows has stepped in and kept the drive going after replacing the injured Ripley. On first down, Burrows rolls left over the middle, and slipping on the turf is Jay Koss, and it will bring up 2nd down. Thrown a little bit behind Koss at any rate, and when he slipped down, he had no chance. Really lucky that the pass wasn't intercepted, and it brings up 2nd down. Kale splits wide to the left, Sandals wide to the bottom of the screen, short side of the field on 2nd and 10. Burrows back, looks left, pump fake, now coming back to the right, in trouble, now has some room. And Burrows will be wrestled down by Gil Wakis, but not before he avoids a loss, and in fact gains 5 yards down to the 33. Good job by Burrows to get loose in the backfield, and a 5-yard gain makes it 3rd down now and 5 for the Shamrocks. Sandals again wide to the short side, Koss wide left. On 3rd down, Burrows back, looks for Koss over the middle, has him in the seam. And he should have a Shamrock first down. Wilson comes up with the football for the Blue Devils, but the play was ruled dead, and it's a Shamrock first down to the 27. 6-yard pickup. Burrows to Koss, just sliding right in to the seam in the middle of the field, and it's a first down for the Shams inside the Blue Devil 30. East Detroit with their first sustained drive of the ball game. Drive started back on their own 20 after the missed field goal by South. 6:49 to play here in the second quarter. East Detroit has controlled the ball for the entire quarter to this point. Burrows, pitch left. Montgomery with room. Down inside the 20 goes Dave Montgomery. Ball be placed right on the 20, a 7-yard gain at 2nd down and 3. Montgomery now 4 carries for 16 yards. Shams continue to grind it out here in the second quarter. Movement. That's number 76, Magnata. He'll be called for encroachment, and it'll be a Shamrock first down to the 15. Second penalty against the Blue Devils this afternoon. And East Detroit now has 1st and 10 at the South 15-yard line. Winding down to the 6-minute mark in the second quarter. Shams, as we mentioned, have controlled the ball the entire quarter to this point after starting the drive at their own 20-yard line. Burrows pitches back. Good block. Seeger brought down by Waitkus Stebbins. Gain of 2. It's 2nd down and 8. Burrows has done a good job. Ripley is now back with his teammates on the sidelines with his helmet on, so Ripley appears to be all right, but right now Burrows, who took over at quarterback in the middle of this drive, has kept it going smoothly for the Shamrocks as they've driven down to the Blue Devil 13-yard line. Burrows back over the middle again. There's a flag down. The pass is complete to Koss, but we have a flag down, and it's going to come back. Blocking below the waist on East Detroit. An illegal block will bring it back. Blocking below the waist. Costly penalty for the Shamrocks. Wipes out what would have been a 1st and goal inside the 5. Instead, this is going to back the Shams up big. Backed up down to the 25. And it brings up 2nd down and long. 2nd down and 20 now for the Shams from the Blue Devil 25. That's East Detroit's 2nd penalty. Check it, it is a 15-yarder. They mismarked it as 10. Now they back it up the extra 5. So it's 2nd down 25 from the 30. Blocking below the waist on the Shamrocks. And East Detroit will call timeout, their 2nd of the first half. 5:06 to play in this half. East Detroit started this drive right at the beginning of the second quarter after the missed South field goal. They've controlled the ball for almost 7 minutes, but right now they face 2nd and 25 at the Blue Devil 30. And they still trail it 7-0. Take a look at some of the crowd here. Now over to the Grosse Pointe South side of the field. If it wasn't for the wind and the overcast, this wouldn't be too bad a day, but the wind is just kicking up. Coming out of the north. Let me see if I get my directions right. Coming out of the northwest, the wind is coming out of, and so a northern wind never does us any good. Shams with 1 timeout left now here in the first half. Grosse Pointe South has used 1, so they have 2 left in the half. 2nd and 25 after the big 15-yard penalty against the Shams. And now we have flags again. Burrows gave it up to Zaransky, but this one stopped really before the play. It's a dead ball foul, illegal procedure against East Detroit. And so the Shams self-destructing a bit on this drive. 20 yards in penalties on the last 2 plays. It's now going to bring up 2nd down and 30 from the 35. They have to get the football down to the 5. Remember, they had it down inside the 5 on Burrows' completion to Cost, but that was brought back on the blocking below the waist penalty. Now they get a procedure call, and it's 2nd and 30 from the Blue Devil 35. Shams are going with that wind, a crosswind, but what way it is blowing, it is with the Shams a little bit, but they are out of the range of their kicker right now, is Eugene Zuccarino. That one doesn't net much, about 3 yards on the carry, and it'll bring up 3rd and a mile. Zaransky carried forth a couple. 3rd down and 33. Or 3rd down and 28, I should say, for the Shams from the 33. 4.5 minutes to play in this 2nd quarter. Kale is split wide right.